Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin. And I know it's never
Colorectal
gonna
cancer.
end.
It's a term we hear more and more these days. But what exactly does it mean, and why should we care? The reality is, colorectal cancer is a serious health concern affecting millions of Americans. It's a disease that often develops silently, with few or no symptoms in its early stages. This silent growth makes it all the more dangerous, as it can progress undetected until it reaches a more advanced stage. The good news is, colorectal cancer is highly preventable and often treatable, especially when detected early. That's why understanding this disease, its risk factors, and the importance of screening is crucial for everyone, regardless of age or health history. Taking charge of your health and being proactive about prevention can make a world of difference. Colorectal cancer, also known as colon cancer or rectal cancer, is a disease that affects the large intestine, which includes the colon and rectum. The colon, the longest part of the large intestine, absorbs water and nutrients from food, while the rectum, the final part, stores stool before it is expelled from the body. In colorectal cancer, abnormal cells grow uncontrollably in the lining of the colon or rectum, forming a mass called a tumor. These tumors can be benign, meaning they are non-cancerous, or malignant, meaning they are cancerous and can spread to other parts of the body. What makes colorectal cancer particularly concerning is its tendency to develop slowly, and often without any noticeable symptoms in the early stages. This silent progression allows the cancer to potentially spread and become more difficult to treat. Why is it so important to be aware of colorectal cancer? First and foremost, it's a prevalent disease. In fact, it's the third most common cancer diagnosed in both men and women in the United States, excluding skin cancers. The American Cancer Society estimates that in 2023 alone, over 106,000 new cases of colon cancer and over 46,000 new cases of rectal cancer will be diagnosed. These numbers are staggering and highlight the widespread impact of this disease. Beyond the sheer number of cases, colorectal cancer is a leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the U.S. The good news is that death rates from colorectal cancer have been decreasing for several decades, largely due to increased screening and early detection. Understanding your risk factors and making informed choices about your health can significantly reduce your chances of developing colorectal cancer. While some risk factors, such as age and family history, are beyond our control, many others are modifiable, meaning we can take steps to minimize their impact. These include lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, smoking, and alcohol consumption. By adopting healthy habits and making conscious decisions about our well-being, we can empower ourselves to live longer, healthier lives. This journey begins with knowledge and a commitment to taking charge of our health. Throughout this essay, we will delve deeper into the specifics of colorectal cancer, exploring its causes, symptoms, and most importantly, the steps you can take to protect yourself and your loved ones. Deep within our abdomen lies a remarkable organ system responsible for breaking down food, absorbing nutrients, and eliminating waste, the digestive system. A crucial part of this system is the large intestine, consisting of the colon and rectum. The colon, a muscular tube about 5 feet long, plays a vital role in this process. As food travels through the colon, water and electrolytes are absorbed, solidifying the waste into stool. The colon isn't just a passive tube, it's a dynamic organ with a mucous membrane lining that produces mucus to lubricate the passage of stool. This lining also contains specialized cells that constantly regenerate to maintain the integrity of the colon's inner surface. At the end of the colon lies the rectum, a shorter, straighter segment responsible for storing stool before it is eliminated from the body. Colorectal cancer typically begins with the development of abnormal growths called polyps on the inner lining of the colon or rectum. These polyps are small clumps of cells that, while usually benign, can sometimes progress to become cancerous. The transformation from a benign polyp to cancerous growth is a gradual process that can take several years, even a decade or more. As these abnormal cells continue to divide and multiply uncontrollably, they can invade the deeper layers of the colon or rectal wall. This invasion can eventually reach the blood vessels and lymphatic system, allowing cancer cells to spread to other parts of the body, a process known as metastasis. Understanding this progression is crucial because early detection, when polyps are small and confined to the lining, offers the best chance of successful treatment. One of the most challenging aspects of colorectal cancer is that it often presents with no noticeable symptoms in its early stages. As the disease progresses, however, certain warning signs may arise, signaling the need for immediate medical attention. These symptoms can vary from person to person and may be subtle or easily mistaken for other conditions, making awareness crucial. One of the most common symptoms is a change in bowel habits, such as persistent diarrhea, constipation, or a feeling of incomplete emptying. Rectal bleeding, often mistaken for hemorrhoids, is another red flag. Other potential signs include abdominal pain, cramping or discomfort, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, and weakness. It's important to remember that experiencing any of these symptoms doesn't necessarily mean you have colorectal cancer, but it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional for proper diagnosis and evaluation. While both colon and rectal cancer fall under the umbrella term colorectal cancer, there are, some distinct differences between the two. Colon cancer refers to cancer that originates in the colon, which is actually the longest part of the large intestine, while rectal cancer originates in the rectum. That's the final segment before the anus. The location of the cancer can really influence treatment options and prognosis. For instance, rectal cancer is often more challenging to treat than colon cancer due to its location in a pretty confined space within the pelvis. The proximity of the rectum to other vital organs can also make surgery more complex. Furthermore, rectal cancer has a higher risk of local recurrence compared to colon cancer. Despite these differences, both types of cancer share many similarities in terms of risk factors, symptoms, and honestly, the importance of early detection. Early detection is paramount in the fight against colorectal cancer. When found early, at a localized stage before it is spread, colorectal cancer is highly treatable, with a 5-year survival rate of over 90%. However, as the cancer progresses and spreads to nearby lymph nodes or distant organs, the survival rate decreases significantly. This is why regular screening is crucial, even in the absence of symptoms. Screening tests can detect precancerous polyps, allowing for their removal before they have a chance to develop into cancer. Screening can also detect colorectal cancer at an early stage, when treatment is most effective. We'll delve deeper into the specifics of screening tests and recommendations in a later section. As we age, our bodies undergo various changes and unfortunately, the risk of developing certain diseases, including colorectal cancer, increases. While colorectal cancer can occur at any age, the vast majority of cases are diagnosed in individuals over the age of 50. In fact, according to the American Cancer Society, about 90% of new cases and 94% of deaths from colorectal cancer occur in people 50 years of age or older. This age-related increase in risk is partly due to the accumulation of genetic mutations over time, which can disrupt the normal growth and regulation of cells in the colon and rectum. As we age, our bodies also become less efficient at repairing DNA damage, further increasing the likelihood of these mutations leading to cancer development. It's a sobering reminder that while age is just a number, it's essential to be proactive about our health, especially as we get older. While age is a significant risk factor for colorectal cancer, it's not the only factor at play. Our genes, passed down from generation to generation, can also influence our risk of developing this disease. Having a family history of colorectal cancer, particularly in a first-degree relative like a parent, sibling, or child, can significantly increase an individual's risk. If you have one first-degree relative diagnosed with colorectal cancer, your risk is about double that of someone with no family history. This risk increases further if you have multiple first-degree relatives or if a family member was diagnosed at a young age, under 50. In some cases, inherited gene mutations can directly cause colorectal cancer such as Lynch syndrome and familial adenomatous polyposis, or FAP. These inherited syndromes are responsible for a small percentage of colorectal cancer cases, but individuals with these mutations have a significantly higher risk of developing the disease at a younger age. While we can't control our age or family history, there are many aspects of our lives that we can influence, and these lifestyle choices can have a profound impact on our colorectal cancer risk. One of the most significant modifiable risk factors is diet. What we eat plays a crucial role in our overall health, and studies have consistently shown a strong link between diet and colorectal cancer risk. Diets high in red and processed meats, for example, have been linked to an increased risk of colorectal cancer. These meats contain compounds that can damage the lining of the colon and promote cancer cell growth. On the other hand, diets rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains have been shown to have a protective effect. These foods are packed with antioxidants, fiber, and other nutrients that can help maintain a healthy gut and reduce the risk of colorectal cancer. Beyond diet, other lifestyle factors can also influence colorectal cancer risk. Physical inactivity, for example, is associated with an increased risk, while engaging in regular exercise can lower your chances of developing the disease. Physical activity helps regulate bowel movements, reduces inflammation, and improves insulin sensitivity, all of which may contribute to its protective effect against colorectal cancer. Smoking is another major risk factor for colorectal cancer, as it is for many other types of cancer. Smoking damages DNA, suppresses the immune system, and promotes inflammation, all of which can contribute to cancer development. Similarly, excessive alcohol consumption has been linked to an increased risk of colorectal cancer. Moderation is key, and limiting alcohol intake is essential for reducing your risk. In addition to age, family history, and lifestyle factors, certain underlying medical conditions can also increase the risk of developing colorectal cancer. Inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, which includes Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, is a chronic inflammatory condition affecting the digestive tract. People with IBD have a higher risk of developing colorectal cancer and, the risk increases with the duration and severity of the disease. Type 2 diabetes, another chronic condition characterized by high blood sugar levels, has also been linked to an increased risk of colorectal cancer. The reasons for this association are complex and not fully understood, but may involve insulin resistance, inflammation, and other metabolic factors. It's essential for individuals with these underlying conditions to work closely with their healthcare providers to manage their conditions effectively and discuss appropriate screening recommendations. Understanding the risk factors for colorectal cancer can feel overwhelming, but it's important to remember that knowledge is power. While we can't change our age or family history, we can take control of many aspects of our lives that influence our risk. By focusing on the modifiable risk factors such as diet, exercise, smoking, and alcohol consumption, we can significantly reduce our chances of developing this disease. It's never too late to make positive changes. Adopting a healthy lifestyle isn't about perfection. It's about making conscious choices that prioritize our well-being. By incorporating regular physical activity, a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol consumption, we can empower ourselves to live healthier, longer lives. Remember, every small step counts, and taking charge of our health is an investment in our future. Colorectal cancer is often referred to as a silent enemy because it can develop and progress for years without any noticeable symptoms. This stealthy nature makes early detection absolutely crucial in the fight against this disease. When colorectal cancer is detected early, at a localized stage before it has spread beyond the colon or rectum, the chances of successful treatment are significantly higher. In its early stages, colorectal cancer is often highly treatable, with surgery often being the primary treatment modality. Early-stage cancers are typically smaller and have not yet invaded surrounding tissues or lymph nodes, making surgical removal more feasible and effective. Moreover, the earlier the cancer is detected, the less likely it is to have spread to other parts of the body, reducing the need for more aggressive treatment such as chemotherapy or radiation. While early-stage colorectal cancer often presents with no symptoms, as the disease progresses, certain warning signs may arise. It's crucial to be aware of these potential red flags and seek medical attention promptly if you experience any of them. Remember, early detection is key, and delaying diagnosis can have serious consequences. One of the most common symptoms of colorectal cancer is a change in bowel habits. This could manifest as persistent diarrhea, constipation, or a feeling of incomplete emptying after a bowel movement. Rectal bleeding, often mistaken for hemorrhoids, is another red flag that should never be ignored. Other potential symptoms include abdominal pain, cramping, or discomfort that persists or worsens over time. Unexplained weight loss, fatigue, and weakness can also be signs of colorectal cancer, as the growing tumor can affect the body's ability to absorb nutrients properly. Given the often silent nature of colorectal cancer in its early stages, regular screening is the most powerful weapon we have in the fight against this disease. Screening involves testing for colorectal cancer in individuals who do not have any symptoms. The goal of screening is to detect precancerous polyps, allowing for their removal before they have a chance to develop into cancer, or to detect colorectal cancer at an early, more treatable stage. For individuals at average risk of colorectal cancer, meaning no family history or other risk factors, screening is generally recommended starting at age 50. However, those with a family history of colorectal cancer, inflammatory bowel disease, or certain genetic syndromes may need to start screening earlier and, possibly undergo more frequent screenings. It's essential to discuss your individual risk factors and screening recommendations with your healthcare provider. There are several different screening tests available for colorectal cancer, each with its own advantages and limitations. The choice of which test to undergo depends on individual risk factors, preferences, and local availability. It's important to discuss the pros and cons of each option with your healthcare provider to determine the most appropriate test for you. One common screening test is the colonoscopy, considered the gold standard for colorectal cancer detection. During a colonoscopy, a thin, flexible tube with a camera attached is inserted into the rectum, allowing the doctor to visualize the entire colon and remove any polyps or suspicious growths. Other screening options include stool-based tests, such as the fecal immunochemical test, or FIT, and the stool DNA test, like Cologuard, which detect blood or DNA abnormalities in the stool that could indicate the presence of cancer. Imaging tests, such as CT colonography, also known as virtual colonoscopy, are available as well, providing a less invasive alternative to traditional colonoscopy. The message is clear. Early detection saves lives when it comes to colorectal cancer. By understanding the risk factors, recognizing the potential warning signs, and, sticking to the recommended screening guidelines, we can really reduce the burden of this disease in a big way. Screening isn't just about finding cancer, it's about preventing it and catching it at its most treatable stage. It's definitely time to break the silence surrounding colorectal cancer and empower ourselves with knowledge and proactive healthcare. So, talk to your doctor about your risk factors, schedule your screening appointment, and honestly encourage your loved ones to do the same. Together, let's fight back against this preventable disease and look forward to a future where colorectal cancer is no longer a silent enemy. When it comes to colorectal cancer, knowledge is power, and prevention is really our most potent weapon. While we can't control every risk factor like age or family history, we can make conscious choices that, seriously reduce our chances of developing this disease. Prevention is about taking charge of our health, embracing a holistic approach that covers diet, exercise, lifestyle changes, and regular screenings. It's about realizing that our daily habits have a cumulative effect on our well-being, and even small changes can make a big difference over time. Prevention isn't just about avoiding disease, it's about living our best lives, feeling energized, vibrant, and confident in our health. It's truly an investment in our future, a gift we give ourselves and our loved ones. What we eat has a profound impact on our overall health, and our dietary choices play a crucial role in colorectal cancer prevention. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains acts like a shield against this disease, giving our bodies the essential nutrients, fiber, and antioxidants that promote gut health and protect against cellular damage. Fruits and vegetables are just packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help neutralize harmful free radicals, protecting our cells from damage that can lead to cancer. Fiber, which is abundant in whole grains, fruits, and veggies, adds bulk to our stool, helps keep things moving regularly, and reduces the time harmful substances spend in contact with the lining of our colon. Aim for at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, and make whole grains a staple in your diet. While a healthy diet is paramount, it's not the only lifestyle factor that influences our colorectal cancer risk. Regular exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, and limiting alcohol consumption are equally important components of a comprehensive prevention strategy. Physical activity, even moderate intensity exercise like brisk walking, has been shown to lower colorectal cancer risk by improving insulin sensitivity, reducing inflammation, and promoting healthy digestion. Maintaining a healthy weight is crucial, as obesity is a known risk factor for colorectal cancer. Excess body fat can lead to chronic inflammation and hormonal imbalances, both of which can contribute to cancer development. Limiting alcohol consumption is also essential, as excessive alcohol intake has been linked to an increased risk of colorectal cancer. If you choose to drink alcohol, do so in moderation, which means up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to neglect physical activity, but making time for exercise is one of the most important things we can do for our health, including our colorectal cancer risk. Engaging in regular physical activity offers a multitude of benefits, both physically and mentally. It helps us maintain a healthy weight, strengthens our muscles and bones, improves our mood, boosts our energy levels, and reduces our risk of chronic diseases, including colorectal cancer. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise per week. Spread your activity throughout the week and find activities you enjoy to make it sustainable. Whether it's brisk walking, jogging, swimming, cycling, dancing, or gardening, find ways to move your body and reap the countless benefits of regular physical activity. Breaking unhealthy habits, particularly smoking and excessive alcohol consumption, is crucial for reducing colorectal cancer risk. Smoking is one of the most preventable causes of cancer, and it damages nearly every organ in our body. The chemicals in cigarette smoke damage our DNA, suppress our immune system, and promote inflammation, all of which contribute to cancer development. Excessive alcohol consumption is another modifiable risk factor for colorectal cancer. Alcohol can damage the lining of our digestive tract, increase estrogen levels, which can fuel certain cancers, and interfere with our body's ability to absorb nutrients. If you choose to drink alcohol, do so in moderation, and remember that any amount of alcohol consumption carries some risk. Understanding our family history is like having a crystal ball into our future health. It provides valuable insights into our genetic predispositions and can help us make informed decisions about our health, including colorectal cancer prevention. If you have a family history of colorectal cancer, particularly in a first-degree relative, like a parent, sibling, or child, it's essential to inform your doctor. Having a family history of colorectal cancer doesn't guarantee you'll develop the disease, but it does increase your risk. Your doctor can recommend appropriate screening guidelines based on your individual risk factors, which may include starting screenings earlier or undergoing more frequent screenings than the general population. Knowing your family history empowers you to be proactive about your health and take control of your risk. Regular screening is our most powerful tool for preventing colorectal cancer and detecting it at an early, more treatable stage. Screening involves testing for colorectal cancer in individuals who do not have any symptoms, and it can detect precancerous polyps, allowing for their removal before they have a chance to develop into cancer. For individuals at average risk of colorectal cancer, meaning no family history or other risk factors, screening is generally recommended starting at age 50. However, those with a family history of colorectal cancer, inflammatory bowel disease, or certain genetic syndromes may need to start screening earlier and, undergo more frequent screenings. Talk to your doctor about your individual risk factors and screening recommendations. Preventing colorectal cancer is not about living in fear. It's about, embracing a proactive approach to our health, making informed choices that empower us to live longer, healthier lives. It's about understanding the risk factors, recognizing the potential warning signs, and taking advantage of the incredible screening tools available to us. It's also about making gradual, sustainable changes to our diet, exercise habits, and lifestyle choices, knowing that, honestly, every small step counts. It's about talking to our doctors, asking questions, and advocating for our health. By taking control of our health today, we can embrace a brighter, healthier future, free from the shadow of colorectal cancer. We've journeyed through the intricacies of colorectal cancer, exploring its origins, risk factors, warning signs, and most importantly, the power we possess to prevent it. Knowledge, as we've discovered, is truly empowering. Understanding the factors that influence our risk, recognizing the subtle cues our bodies may send, and embracing the importance of early detection are paramount in our fight against this potentially devastating disease. Yet, knowledge alone is not enough. It must be coupled with action, with conscious choices that prioritize our health and well-being. The good news is, we have a significant say in our health destiny. While we can't control every aspect of our biology, such as age or family history, we can influence many modifiable risk factors through lifestyle choices. Adopting a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, engaging in regular physical activity, maintaining a healthy weight, and avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol consumption are all within our grasp. These seemingly small changes, woven into the fabric of our daily lives, can have a profound impact on our colorectal cancer risk. The journey towards colorectal cancer prevention begins with a single step, a commitment to ourselves and our well-being. It's about making conscious choices, one meal at a time, one workout at a time, one healthy habit at a time. It's about scheduling that doctor's appointment, engaging in open conversations about our health, and advocating for ourselves and our loved ones. It's about remembering that prevention is not a destination, but a continuous journey, a testament to our self-worth and the value we place on our health. It's about embracing the power we have to shape our health destiny, to reduce our risk of colorectal cancer, and live longer, healthier, more vibrant lives. It's a gift we give ourselves, a legacy we leave for future generations. The fight against colorectal cancer is a collective one, a tapestry woven with threads of awareness, education, research, and unwavering hope. It's about breaking the silence surrounding this often stigmatized disease, encouraging open dialogue, and supporting those affected by it. It's about celebrating the advancements in screening and treatment, while acknowledging the ongoing need for research, innovation, and equitable access to care. As we move forward, armed with knowledge and empowered by action, we can envision a future where colorectal cancer is no longer a silent threat, but a preventable and treatable condition. A future where individuals are empowered to take charge of their health, where screening is readily accessible, and where innovative treatments offer hope and healing. Let's embrace this vision together and create a brighter, healthier tomorrow free from the shadow of colorectal cancer.